Government and BVI Ports Authority officials took members of the press on a guided tour of the works being carried out at the cruise pier and gave updates on the cruise pier expansion project. Sean Rose has this report.
Communications and Works Minister Honorable Mark Vanterpool today, Monday, September 1, led a tour of the cruise pier expansion project to give the public an update on work being done on the project thus far. Commenting on the landside aspect of the project being carried out by Ports and Marina Services Limited and the Marine Works by Ideal Projects and Meridian Construction, Minister Vanterpool said work on the project is progressing smoothly, but he pointed out that some inconveniences would surface when the cruise ships arrive in October.
I am pleased with the progress to date, and I look forward to the completion of this first phase by the end of December of this year of the pier expansion and the landside welcome center. I would like to take this opportunity to ask the public's patience and tolerance while we undertake this project. Some persons have already been inconvenienced because of the area that has had to be cordoned off, thereby reducing the parking area along the seafront that many persons like to relax in. There has been and will continue to be some noise as the piling takes place. There may be other difficulties and delays, such as caused by adverse weather conditions, environmental and other unknown factors as the project progresses. But hopefully, we can resolve any issues that may arise promptly as the project progresses. As a government, we continue to keep the cruise lines and other local stakeholders informed about this project. We expect that the October to December period is going to be difficult as the ships will not be able to berth. But as I have announced before, to facilitate the ships and ensure that they keep coming, our government is offering to assist the cruise ship companies with tendering the passengers to the pier. We anticipate that the project will continue without any major hitches, and that as planned, the second phase of the cruise pier project will be completed by the end of the year 2015.
The scope of works for the cruise pier expansion project involves the lengthening of the cruise pier to over 1,300 feet and widening by some 60 feet. Richard Starkey is one of the principals of Meridian Construction. He says the extended pier will not affect marine traffic in the area.
We're standing right here. So it gives you an idea that the dock goes another about 30, the widened dock goes about 30 more feet past here.
The actual dock itself?
From the end of here to here is about 130 feet in widening.
From there to here?
The end of this, about 130 feet.
Then you continue with a similar...
Yeah. And then what happens here is, see this one over there? That mooring dolphin is right there. And you got another 275 feet from there.
Okay, so that's a total of the 400 we talked about.
Yeah.
Between that and the length of the dock.
Yes, correct.
Right. So you're going to be further out into the water.
So then we're going to go further out. So there'll be these three structures, which is the new mooring dolphins.
These are the dolphins.
Will be out there for much further out.
These are the ones going to have the 48-inch piles.
Correct. Yes.
That's the strength of holding the ships.
Yes.
At that point.
Correct. Yeah.
The heavy piles.
Yeah. This one he has 16 48-inch pipe.
16?
40,
my God.
right?
It looks close here, but there's a lot of space out there still for navigating.
Yes, when you look at this, in fact, if this is the pier that we're on right now, we're only extending it this much further, so it won't interfere with any boat traffic.
Also on Monday, September 1, the BVI Ports Authority issued public invitations for an experienced person or company to carry out tender services to the cruise lines for the period during October to December 2014. But what has been the response to a request by the BVIPA for locals to invest in the project? This question we put to Director of the BVI Ports Authority, Claude Skelton-Klein. He said over 100 letters of interest have already been submitted to the authority.
The criteria has been set through the leasing agent in collaboration with the board. So once that is done, there'll be a general meeting with all of the persons who've submitted interest, and so that they will hear the same information at the same time. So that criteria is still being set.
It's possible some who express interest may not get a space.
Well, we have a certain amount of space. It's over 60,000 leasable space. But we think that at the moment, persons who applied, it is our goal to see to it that they get a space commensurate with the development. There's a mixed use, and that is yet to be determined. So in collaboration with the board and for both the land site and the pier, that will be determined. Once that's done, we'll make it public as to what the criteria is. That's still being worked on.
In June this year, the House of Assembly approved government's guarantee of the repayment of some $35 million borrowed by the BVI Ports Authority from First Caribbean International Cayman Islands and its affiliates to assist with the cost of the extension and widening of the Road Tongue Cruise Pier and the creation of the Pier Park. Looking into the water right here in this area just outside of the Central Administration Complex, we can see evidence that the area is very shallow, maybe 10 to 15, even 20 feet of water in some cases. This will suggest that filling this area should not prove to be too difficult. Now, at the end of that project, there will be a recreational area as well in terms of a boardwalk for persons to use. Enjoy the serenity of Road Town. Sean Rose, JTV News.